Kicking practice in front stance, we step forward with the left leg, kamaite. At this point, we have our hands to the side. Notice in the punches and blocks, we step forward into downward block. For kicking, for basics, we have our hands at the side. The reason being, number one, it allows us a little bit of extra balance. And number two, we want to focus just on the kicking action and don't have to worry about the arms. Later on, as you advance, you move into a fighting stance with using your hands too as a guard. For basic practice, we don't have to worry about defending ourselves against an opponent. We're just practicing our kicks. So our hands are going to be at the side. We'll be in our front stance, Senkutsudachi, and then ready. Hips are forward. Maegari front kick, we bring our knee up the center. At this point, we're going to kick out, pulling our toes back and pointing the ball of our foot forward. Pull back and then step down. Bring our knee up, kick out, pull back, and then step down. These are the steps of the front kick. Now we practice front kick in different ways. We practice, first of all, from Heisokudachi. This is one of the stances we learned at the beginning of the DVD. In Heisokudachi, the heels and toes are together, and when we practice Maegari on the spot in this position, we kick and then come back to this position. Front kick and back. The reason for practicing this way is to try and isolate just the knee lift and kicking motion and try and get back to the same spot each time. From the side angle, kicking out, out. All right, so you're bringing your knee up, you're kicking out, drawing back, and then stepping straight down here. When you kick, try as you raise your knee to have your foot parallel with the ground. Don't point it down this way. Try and keep it parallel with the ground, and also tuck this in. Tuck your knee in, your foot. Don't let it hang out like this. You have to pull it back in. So that's our first method of practicing front kick on the spot. Second method is from our front stance, but also on the spot. Again, hands to the side. This time we're going to kick, and then back into stance. Kick, back into stance. Maegari. It's important when we do this that when we begin in a strong front stance, we must also end this way too. All too often we get lazy, we do a kick, and gradually our stance shortens until we're almost standing up. This is not very good for building our leg muscles and practicing our good stances. It's important to maintain our position even after we kick. Back to the same position. Same position. Same position, all right? So when we practice on the spot, we're not just thinking about our kick, we're also thinking about returning to the same position and maintaining our stance. So through this practice, we improve balance and muscle control and, of course, muscle strength. The final way of practicing front kick is moving forward, just like our other techniques. So this point, once again, you're going to raise your knee, kick, and then step forward. Kick and step forward. And forward. And forward. Important points on this. Number one, we don't want to keep our body too compact. So if you kind of keep your body forward like this, this is keeping too compact and not stretching out enough. Conversely, we don't want to overstretch and lean back too far, like this. All right, because our body, obviously, is leaning back this way. It's helping our hips move forward, which they have to, but we're not in good balance. And what happens also is our foot often scoots up like this. The plane of the kick goes up. We want our kick, just like our punches, to come into our opponent directly. To do this, the knee must come up first. And then we push our hips in and kick out this way. Pushing in with the hips and kicking straight forward. You have to lean back a little bit, but not too far. Okay, so this way is not the correct way. Crunching up too much. Also, another mistake, leaning back too much, like this. Try your best to keep your body upright, your hips square. Push your hips forward, but maintain posture throughout the kick. This way. This is the movement from our belt. Imagine someone pulling your belt. This motion as you kick. This is front kick, mae geri.